Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, so lots to tell you, but that is going to have to wait for another video. But today's video, I have two projects for you. One of them is the super cute scarecrow that everybody and their brothers asked me about. When's the video? Where's the video? Show me where the video is. Y'all, let me just fill you in just really quick, okay? So I went on vacation. Then I came back. My parents moved out of state. Let's just be honest, COVID has affected a lot of people, including my family, which it's just been a lot, okay? A lot's been going on. So a lot of things for YouTube here kind of got put on hold and other things had to take place of that. So I'm behind. I'm behind and I didn't get any videos recorded. So this is probably the last two videos. These here are the last two before I went on vacation back in July. I mean, come on, y'all. Just have some mercy and grace on me. But there's plenty of other videos over on Facebook that I've done. There's a ton of projects over on the blog that you maybe might have missed. But, y'all, I'm just going to be honest. Filming for YouTube it's hard. It's hard because everything's got to be filmed and edited. It's got to be voiced over. Just a lot of stuff that goes into it. So, going through all this stuff with my family, I just, I feel bad kind of leaving everybody hanging like, where did you go? I'm still here. It's just, y'all, we all got a story to tell. We all have a story to tell. But we're getting back to it. We're getting back to the thing. My website had a total makeover. There's a ton of DIYs over there. We're trying to connect all the dots. Facebook's got some videos. We're trying to really organize some things around here. But if you've missed anything over on Facebook, because you don't follow me over there, we've been trying to put a lot of stuff over on the blog. So go over and check out themakersmap.com/blog and you'll be able to find all the things over there. But y'all, let's just talk about these two projects. So first of all, thank you for your patience. Thank you for waiting around for me to get my life together. But we're back, okay? We're back with two DIYs. So this one here is going to be up first. It's like a faux rust finish. I love doing faux finishes. I'm a former furniture painter, so I love the faux finishes. I love the DIY projects. But I'm a girl who loves the complicated things. Like, I love the super easy, like, one-step, two-step DIYs. But I love a good challenge. So some of my projects are a little bit lengthy. There are a lot more steps. I think that they're really fun to do. And it just, you just have fun with it, okay? And then number 2 is going to be the super cute little scarecrow. Let me show you guys what it looks like, because it's hard to show you guys in the video, like, what we did. But y'all, we made this super cute little scarecrow. I filmed videos over here in this part of my office a lot, and everybody's like, that scarecrow in the back. That scarecrow in the back. Show it to me. Here it is, y'all. This is the video. Okay, this is the one. So, she's number 2. So this will be number 1 and then number 2. So I hope you love these. And then, of course, stay tuned. We're trying to get a filming schedule down, days that we're going to be releasing videos. Right now, we're going to go back to 1 day a week. And then we will pick up to 2 days a week. But we've got different stuff happening on Facebook. We have different stuff here on the YouTube. I've got different stuff over on the blog. Like, there's content in all different places. And I'm just trying to intermingle them together with all the ideas. So if you've missed something and you're like, oh my gosh, where have you been? I've been here. I just haven't been on the YouTube. So thank you for your patience. And I'm not going to keep you any longer. Let's go ahead and get right to it. And happy fall, y'all. Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have two projects for you, and this is number 1. So we're going to start out with one of the houses from Dollar Tree and an outside yard stake from the Dollar Tree as well. Now I'm just taking this pumpkin off because we're just going to use this part in our project. So you're going to get you some wax paper. I just think that it protects our surface. And we're going to use some Rust-Oleum spray paint in a metallic finish. Now you're going to coat the entire piece with the spray paint, and you're going to cover it to the best of your ability. And there's a lot of like crevices and stuff. And you're going to set that aside to dry. Now, while that is drying, we're going to make over this little house from the Dollar Tree. It's a shelf sitter, and we're going to paint the inside with some acrylic paint and we're going to give it a total makeover and make it kind of look like shiplap. So one of the things I like to do when I don't have chalk paint on hand is I like to mix a little bit of Mod Podge with my acrylic paint, and I feel like it helps it stick to the surface better. It doesn't cover as well. I mean, it does a little bit, but not as much. So we're going to need to do a couple different coats of paint for this. Okay, so dry in between your two coats. Now, one of the tips I want to give you is that the acrylic paint is great, but the reason why I like to add that Mod Podge is I feel like it gives it a little bit better coverage and helps it adhere. So let these dry, and you're going to set this aside when it's all done with your coats to the best coverage that you want. And we're going to start working on our pumpkin. So again, it's better coverage, but I mean, if you want even more, you can add another coat if you like. So for this faux rust finish, my trick is, of course, the spray paint. You want to coat this with spray paint and let it dry completely. And then I cover the entire thing with Mod Podge. Now, the Mod Podge is going to help me create this surface that's going to allow me to create a faux type of finish. I've just learned through this process that the glue is it's hard to explain. It adds the layers of texture, but it's clear. So you're just going to add over your metallic, and it's not going to take away from the metallic color, but it's going to give you that bite that you need for the layers that you're going to add. So again, this is what it's going to look like when you've coated it with the Mod Podge. Now, I like to use the Waverly wax, and you can mix clear wax with brown paint to do this. Absolutely. But I like to use the Waverly wax, or you can choose any wax that you like. I love this one because it's a liquid. And so all you're basically going to do is just start dabbing it on in different areas. And the orangish color from the wax is kind of, for me, what makes it look really cool. Then you're going to take a baby wipe and you're going to blot a lot of it off. So it's going to kind of look like this. Now you're going to take a detail brush, especially with this one because there's a lot of little raised areas. And we're going to use the Folk Art chalk paint in the color Java. It's a super chocolatey color. It's very rich. And it's going to dry with a matte finish. And you're just going to start layering on the different areas of paint over that Waverly wax. Now, once you get it to a point where you like, with the, layering and the baby wipes and stuff like that, decide where you feel like it's good and just kind of let it be. It's going to dry even more over time, even though I like to speed it up a little bit. It's going to dry some more, and it's going to be shiny, but it's going to still be matte. Now I'm taking a artist brush and some black acrylic paint, and I'm just going to draw in. I'm not really measuring or guessing. I'm not really measuring. I'm just sort of guessing where I want these lines to go, and I'm just kind of making them not even, so it looks like there's shadows of cracks in between these planks. So we're going to lay over our pumpkin, which fits perfectly in this little house. And I'm going to add 2 of the Crafter Square blocks to the back of this pumpkin and kind of raise it off of the board so it looks a little bit more 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional. You'll see, it just looks really cool. Now you could do this with several different things if you wanted to do a turkey or a tree. Like you could do a word if you wanted to. Just raise it off the surface a little bit. And that's pretty much it. Now we're going to add a raffia bow. I am terrible at just tying up a regular bow. So I like to piece it together basically. I just kind of wrap it around and kind of make a makeshift bow. I'm just not very good at these little tiny bows. So I just tie it up in the center, and then we just kind of added our little tails and chopped it up and made it fit however we wanted it to look. And then I just spread apart the little raffia pieces. Now we're just going to embellish this box. We're not going to do it up a whole lot, and it's just going to be very simple. And we're going to just put it on the corner of our sign, and we're just going to let it be. So this is our faux rusted pumpkin in our Dollar Tree house. Y'all, I think it looks so stinking cute. Like this is stuff you could get at like high-end stores. But it was an outside sign that was glass, and we totally transformed it. So I hope you love this DIY with the faux rust for fall or any time of year. And we're going to go right on into our next project right after this one. All right, so this is going to be number 2. It is our Dollar Tree Scarecrow. Y'all, I have a story to tell with this one. So I filmed this and recorded it, and my camera totally died. So I'm piecing it together, hoping you guys can make the best of it. So You're going to start with these cones from Dollar Tree, and I painted one of them white, and these are just flower pots, and I mixed these three colors together to create this flesh type of color for our scarecrow. I took these gift boxes and just painted them white with some chalk paint and a little bit of Mod Podge mixed in. I did glue the lids on so that they would not come off. So we're going to glue the fabric onto the boxes now, and you're just going to lay your fabric face down and then wrap around and glue as you go. I found that this worked the easiest for me to do it this way. So if there's a better way that works for you, you can go ahead and do it that way as well. So just work your way around both of the top and the bottom gift boxes. I've already done the other one. So I just wanted to show you how I did this one. And then once you get to the end and you have that seam there, just kind of glue and overlap so that it just kind of finishes it up. So at the bottom, you can trim off the excess and then you can Mod Podge the excess flat, or you can use a hot glue gun and glue your fabric down. I just went ahead and decided to stick with the method I was using and just add some Mod Podge. But I think that the hot glue probably would have worked better because then you wouldn't have Mod Podge all over your fingers either. So just have fun with it. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this, is just have a good time and make you this cute little scarecrow. So we're going to go to the next step, which is gluing the head part onto our boxes. So make sure that your Mod Podge is really, really dry because you don't want your glue, hot glue and Mod Podge to come unattached. And then take you a drill and drill you some holes because we're going to be adding on our arms and our legs for this. So I'm using wire jute and these candle cups. They're called candle cups, but I feel like they're tiny little planters. But I did just drill the holes, and then I pushed it through and then guessed how long I wanted my arms and legs to be. And then I just kind of cut it off. And then glue to where it won't come out because I've already glued these closed. I'm not knotting these off so that they won't come out, so I just hot glued them. So now that you got both your arms, now we're going to add little hands with our little candle cups. And so just put them on, and then you're going to use some needle nose pliers to kind of twist and create the little knot there, and then you're going to glue them into place so that they just don't come off. And you do that to both of those, and you're going to do that to the feet as well. So once that's done, just slide your glue through and they will stay attached. So there's both of our arms, and we're going to finish off with our legs doing the exact same things. So we're going to attach our top and bottom now to each other. So just glue underneath and then glue it to the bottom. And then we're going to start adding on our scarecrow's clothing, which is super stinking cute. But we're going to do the hat, the clothing, and we'll finish this off. So for the next part, we're going to do the hat. So I'm using a Dollar Tree grass skirt, and I just basically looped and glued all the way around, and I used the entire grass skirt for this. You wanted it to be kind of thick and shabby looking, and then once you get to the end, you're going to have that string left that you should have tied off with. Just find it and trim that off. Now your grass skirt's going to be really long, so you're going to want to cut that down, trim it down to where it fits shorter in the front and it's a little longer in the back. And you can style your little scarecrow how you like, but obviously you can see I left it long in the back and shorter in the front. Save the extras because it makes really cool raffia later. If you don't have raffia, you can use it for other projects. So now we're going to cover that opening a little bit there's a green sprig of grass that I'm going to use to kind of cover the opening. Trim your little hat more if you want to make it kind of fit the way you want. But it's all about the decorative elements. So you're going to take this green sprig and you're going to put it in the opening of that little terracotta pot there and just shimmy it around, make it fit because we're going to glue those leaves to the top later. But don't quite attach your hat just yet because we got some other stuff to do with this. So I'm just using some buttons for the eyes. And then I'm going to use a piece of fabric that I'm going to paint and color orange to be the nose. And then I have a paint pen. We're going to draw on a little, it's like a zigzag mouth to be the mouth part. This, you could use like a stick if you wanted to or something else, but I'm just using fabric for this and just kind of glue it on and find the place where you want it to go. But I think it turned out really cute for our little scarecrow. And this paint pen, I just got it at Walmart, and just do some little zigzag lines. and that's going to be like the stitching of the mouth, and you're just going to want to go around the lip of the terracotta pot and just kind of make it work from like looking over the top and the bottom of it. So now we're going to add some clothes. These are where all the accessories come in. So I'm doing a little like fringy skirt, and so I just cut a piece, and then we're just going to cut strips in it to make it fringe, and then we're going to fold it over and glue it, and that's going to be the bottom part. And then we're going to glue it all the way around, and you could trim it up as you go. If you have a little bit too much fabric, that's okay. Once you get around to the back side, you can just trim it off. And then on the top part of the apron, dress, or clothes, all I did was cut a long piece and basically glue it and cut it custom to fit. But the skirt part did go all the way around. The top part will not go all the way around. It just depends. Like for mine, it didn't. And then I'm just, like I said, piecing it on. So I just added the glue in the shape that I wanted the apron to kind of go. And then I'm cutting off what did not stick to the glue. And you'll see that it's fairly easy. So just let it kind of stick down and then cut it off and trim it up. And then it kind of ended up looking like a little V-neck. And so I was just going to leave it like this. And I was like, no, it needs some straps. So I took the excess pieces that I had cut off and made them into the little straps that kind of go up over the shoulders of the box. You just have to use your imagination, really. So here's where I just kind of glued them on and just thought, I've already cut these little strips off. We can reuse these. So just add a little bit of glue and then just glue it to the back side. You don't even have to tie it off or anything, and just cut off the extra. And then you're all done. And then we're going to use some of this red gingham. I did get this from the Dollar Tree back in the spring. So this is something you may have also picked up. The other fabrics were obviously from Walmart that I used. But for this, I'm just giving her a little waistband, and I'm just going to glue and overlap. And then we're going to add some other little red gingham check accessories or embellishments to our little scarecrow here. So I'm just showing you how I just wrapped it and folded it over. It's nothing fancy. And then we're going to just cut us a little square and turn that into a little heart patch. And I like to use my imagination when I make things. Like, how would I want this to look? What are the little details that would go into place for this? So for this one, I'm like, it's a little patch, but it's like a little heart. So, you know, it just is cute. It's just cute stuff. You can totally dress up your scarecrow to look the way you want it to. And then for this one, y'all, I'm trying to put a bow together. So I'm going to glue me a bow together. So just tied a knot and then started gluing the loops and the tails. So I tried to zoom in a little bit close so you guys could see what I was doing. It's complicated. It's a little complicated. Just glue and overlap. And it actually made a really cute bow. So I'm not very good at bows, like I said before. I try, but I'm not the greatest at it. So I just kind of, just put that sucker together and hot glue it. So this is going to be the little bow that goes on the top of our hat in the little greens of our scarecrow. And this is going to be the final touches that we put on this, is just the bow and then working out the placement of the hat. So we want to glue down these leaves to help cover up that enormous hole on the top of our scarecrow. So just find your, twist it around, find where you want the little grass to go, and then glue it down. I glued from the underside at an angle. So I'm going to kind of show you, like, on the front, glue underneath, and then glue the front of the terracotta pot at an angle to the top of the athletic cone that we've glued the grass skirt to. And then glue your leaves down. Now this is wired, so you can kind of position it. I ended up deciding to glue my leaves because I just felt like I could still see the opening a little bit. Wasn't so worried about it being open in the back, but it was definitely in the front. And then just glue it down, and you guys, it just turned out really cute. I think it's just a fun little project. Add your little bow. And I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you love my channel and my projects, go check out some of my old videos. I have a bunch of other projects for you. And subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think of these projects. And I will see you on the next video.